They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It's alive!
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Meddling kid. Trace the call. It's coming from inside the
Be
house.
afraid. Be very.
How's it going, people? And welcome to yet another episode of Adventures in Murderland. If you're listening for the first time, we are an LGBTQ plus true crime comedy podcast hosted by myself, Mike James, and Alan Cassidy.
Hey guys.
Hello. So we're going to try our best to just jump straight into this one, because this is kind of another longish one, I feel. Every single one we've done, it's been quite long so far. But I'll put the time code in the show notes down below if you want to jump just straight to the GRIZZLY'S. But I just want to say, last week, Alan, after we finished the podcast, something crazy happened, right?
What?
Do you not remember the fucking fire?
Oh my god, yeah?
Yeah, someone
Bloody
set...
hell.
Yeah. Why? What a crazy habit. Someone set fucking... well, let's set the scene. We'd literally been finishing up the podcast, right? I was editing it. You were, like, falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah, I just finished watching Dragon Ball Z.
All of a sudden, I had the headphones on, so I didn't hear the fire alarms going off straight away. But we just heard this crazy banging, and, like, someone was banging on the doors. And I thought... because I am consistently thinking someone's going to murder me, I thought, okay, so this is it. This is where someone breaks into the house and we get slayed. But luckily that was not the case. It was our very helpful neighbours banging on the doors to let us know that there was a fire. So, long story short, we went downstairs and someone had fucking set fire under the apartment block.
I know, it was ridiculous.
It was so stupid. And, like, there was that poor woman who had, like, the little kid, and the little kid was crying and all upset. Yeah. I was just trying my best to, like, smile at the little kid, like, as if, like, it's okay, look, I'm happy. But I think it probably just came across as even more creepy and disturbing for him.
They was both just sobbing.
They really were. Well, this, guys... this was like maybe like 11 o'clock, 11:30.
It was 12 o'clock.
Oh, midnight. Fuck,
yeah,
midnight. So those kids must have been fast asleep, hearing all this horrible shit going on. They must have been so scared.
Well, I was scared.
You were terrified. And I think
it's because I literally did wake up and I heard banging, I heard sirens going off, I heard everything.
You just had no idea, did you? I mean, I
was going to die. I really did think I was going to die.
Bless you did look really terrified. But I think it was quite a good sign of, like, how both of us would react in a situation like that. Because literally, you were just sort of slightly flapping a little bit, looking like you were about to cry. And I was, like, in go mode. I was like, okay, let's open the door, let's work this out, let's plan this, we've got the routes worked out. And I think that's one of the... possibly one of the only perks of being consistently paranoid about dying is that you replay those scenarios so many times in your head that when you're actually faced with them, you've already lived it, sort of. So you sort of go, okay, I know how this goes. This is what I gotta do. Let us know, guys, if you've had any horrible stories like that as well, or if you are like me, you continuously think you're gonna get murdered. Okay, otherwise, very last thing before we jump straight into this, once again, just a little promo for our social medias. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Facebook. We usually discuss certain images and photographs during the podcast, and then I like to pop them on the Facebook as well, so all you lovely people out there can look at them as well.
It's a good little tidbit, to be fair.
It is quite cool. It's a good little, if you're interested in the stories that we're discussing, rather than you having to go through the sludge of Googling all this shit and figuring out what you're looking at, it's right there for you. I annotate the pictures. It's all there, very easy for you to look at, and you can sort of get a better image of the world in which we're talking about and the people who are involved. So yeah, our Facebook page is Adventures in MRDR Land, or just search for Adventures in Murderland, to be honest. I think that actually does come up now. And also, if you want to have a little chat with us or give us any feedback, positive or otherwise, follow us on... Constructive would be the word. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, which is @MurderlandPod. Okay, Alan, so are you ready to jump into this story?
Not really.
Well, buckle up, baby, because this is going to be a hell of a bumpy ride. And I've actually been really excited to tell you this story in particular, because I think it plays out very well as a story rather than just, a lot of these things. Sometimes it seems just like an abundance of facts and things that have happened. This one plays out, it's got a lot of twists and turns and ins and outs. It's quite interesting. This time around, usually I like to do a bit of a wrap up at the end, which is like me being over dramatic and trying to be the storyteller, which I want to be.
Tim Curry.
That sounds a bit like Tim Curry. Hey, honey, Rocky. That was so good. Someone fucking get me as Frank Frankfurter in Rocky Horror. Anyway, we digress. Yeah, this time I didn't do the wrap up at the end. But if you give me some time, I've just got this an opener, which is equally as dramatic and equally as storyteller-ish.
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
And I wrote this, so you better praise me for my... someone better give me a fucking book deal.
Your writing skills.
Okay, so here we go. On the 17th of May in 1924, in the town of Weimar, Germany, a couple of children playing at the edge of a river found a human skull. On May 29th, another washed up on the same riverbank, and not long after that, another set of children playing on a marshland found an entire sack containing human remains. The people of Weimar were sent into a frenzy. Rumours of a werewolf or a vampire were circulating, and so the townsfolk took to the streets to try to find the culprit. But while searching through every alleyway and under every bridge, they could find no sign of any supernatural being. Instead, over 500 parts of human remains were discovered throughout the city, belonging to no less than 22 young men, with ages ranging from as young as 11 years old, with the oldest being himself around 22. Strangely, the citizens of Weimar would be eerily close with their previous suspicion regarding a vampire. However, this particular monster was far more terrifying than any tale depicted in the pages of Bram Stoker, as this was a man made himself of flesh and blood. And this man's name was Fritz Haarmann, a.k.a. the Vampire of Hanover. Ew. That was a little long.
You actually told that really
intro.
good.
I missed it a little bit, but it's okay. Fuck. Did I get the tone right?
You
I
did.
thought the tone was perfect. Boom.
I was just staring, you're like...
Captivated. I hope the listeners at home were equally as captivated. Okay, so as we know what to do, I personally like to know a little bit about the backstory about these people. So let's crack straight on with that. His full name is Friedrich Heinrich Karl Haarmann, and he was born the youngest of 6 children on October 25th, 1879. His mum was 41 when he was born, and apparently she spoilt him and pampered him and encouraged him playing with more quote-unquote feminine toys, like dolls and things, instead of the more... again, quote-unquote, traditionally masculine games. That's when things of that nature were a lot more linear in terms of how people would perceive things. His dad doesn't seem like a good bloke. Apparently he was a sulky and bad-tempered guy who worked as a locomotive stoker and who would be found at night rampaging his way around the seedy bars of the old town. His wife, Johanna Claudius, I'm probably going to pronounce some of these names really terribly, by the way, because they are German,
right?
Yeah, they are German.
Yeah.
Johanna was 7 years older than his dad and had previously provided him with a small fortune, making him a wealthy citizen for the time. It looks like she was probably... I tried to find some details, but I gave up after a bit, considering it wasn't overly relevant.
Yeah.
But it said that she gave him a dowry, which is like something like the bride gives... like the husband. I don't think they do that anymore. That's like quite an old-fashioned thing, I think. Or maybe it's a German thing. I don't know. But it's like where the bride gives the husband some money.
Okay.
Which is weird. I know some other cultures and some people do it the other way around, where the husband gives the wife money.
Yeah. I
didn't hear about it this other way around. I don't know. But either way, he got some money from her.
Can I just say off the bat, straight away?
Yes.
It sounds like the mum wanted a girl.
Yeah, she's like loving the fact that she's got maybe a gay son. She's like, y'all, Fritz, y'all.
I don't think so back in them days.
What, do you not think she said y'all? Well, with a German accent. Vjalv. How it sounds eerily similar in a German accent. Vjalv. Yeah, she was loving it. She's like obviously one of those mums who's like really super cool and everything, and she's actually the only person that he ever speaks of in a very, very warm and nice manner. So he really loves his mum. He's a mummy's boy, one might say. The information that I could find out about her says that she was a simple-minded woman. The article also said stupid, but I cut that out because I thought that was a bit harsh. Like, he was a simple-minded and stupid woman. That was a bit mean. So I just, I've said it now. Fuck. So she was a simple-minded woman, and she managed to ignore her husband's continuous drunkenness and womanizing. However, it was with the birth of Fritz, which was her sixth child, he left her sick and spent most of her time in bed for the remaining 12 years. So she only lived 12 years after he was born, unfortunately.
To be fair, it doesn't sound like she was stupid. It sounds like she was a bit naive. Maybe.
Or maybe she was just like a chilled out bitch. And she was like, you know what? I've got my money. I've got my cool gay son. I'm set. Like, he can do, he can fuck who he wants. Says me a bloody job. Agreed?
Yeah.
No?
No, I don't know.
Don't forget, when you make a face, the people at home can't see that face, so you need to find a way to verbalize it. Otherwise, it's just silence. Let me see real quick. Okay, so his siblings, there is some information about them, but I don't really think it's important. The only one that I can see which I think might be relevant, definitely is relevant, is the fact that the second son, who's called Wilhelm, was sentenced at an early age for sexual offence, and it's reported that he had repeatedly molested Fritz when he was younger. Yeah, so he's gone through some shit. There was also some details in regards to his sisters. Primarily, the most important thing I think from that is that Fritz actually enjoyed tying up his sisters and would regularly tap on the windows in the dead of night, which awakened a dormant fear of ghosts and werewolves.
That actually sounds quite fun.
No, it does not. What? Being tied up? I mean, it depends on the context.
Not the tied up bit.
Oh, someone just like pulling pranks and shit.
Yeah, just like the tapping on the windows and things like that.
Yeah, well, to be honest, tapping on the windows in the dead of night isn't that bad, considering, I've told you some stories about the way my family used to freak each other out and jump out on each other and shit. And
to be fair, me and you do it as well.
We do it. We do. We do. But yeah, I equally grew up in a household where people would continually try and terrify each other. As a child, Fritz was described as spoilt, lively, and popular amongst his peers. So, sort of contrary to a lot of things that we hear about other sort of serial killers and other fucking crazy people, is the fact that, a lot of them seem to get bullied and picked on and shit like that. He's not that. He's quite a cool guy. But then again, he is also a very flamboyant character. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's fun for people. Maybe that's, people don't see a lot of people like that out there. Maybe that's quite an entertaining characteristic to have at the time.
Well, to be fair, if you think about it, even into the 50s, 60s and 70s and 80s, like, on TV, like, there was a caricature of a gay person, it would always be a overly flamboyant camp person.
Yeah,
so,
and that was problematic, though, and I think it's probably a lot more to unpack within that idea than what we've probably got time to do, but I get what you're saying 1,000,000%. So Fritz, I keep just calling him Fitz, sorry. Fritz and his dad argued and constantly threatened each other. His dad would threaten to put him in an asylum because he was so overly feminine, and Fritz would, I know, different times. And Fritz would threaten to have his dad thrown in jail because of a rumoured murder that he committed on a train driver. So it doesn't sound like the most healthy of relations.